Hi, welcome to another video and welcome to a space that you've not seen me tackle before. This is, of course, my kitchen. When I initially moved in, I noticed three things about the kitchen immediately. It had black countertops, wood cabinets, and no backsplash. After living with it for a while, I realized that it's probably best that they did not put a backsplash, because whatever they would have chosen for the year the complex was built, it just would not have worked with the style I'm going for anyways. So it really was a blessing in disguise. So what you have to do really is embrace the things you can't change and play up the things that you do love. So I embraced the dark countertops as being very moody, and I actually really love a walnut wood, and I love to see it with brass. So this is my solution: kitchen rails. It's gonna help to give that flat white wall more dimension because it juts out from the wall, and also make it way more ornate. I didn't want to drill holes into the walls, so I decided to go with command strips. I was a little bit nervous, but really there was nothing to be nervous about because I've used these things to hold a massive IKEA picture frame onto a wall for years, and this brass railing is really very light, so I knew that it was up to the task. So as you can see here, all I did was do a rough cut to the appropriate size. You peel the adhesive protection off and stick it on, and then you just have to cut it down so that as little of the actual command strips show as possible once you stick it onto the wall. Just keep that in mind when you're like trimming the edges. I should hasten to add that if you actually intend on using this more so in a functional way and not just as decoration, you should probably screw it into the wall. Before you remove the side of the adhesive that will stick to the wall, I would just put it up against the wall and try to figure out exactly what the placement is going to be. I was trying to use a Level-Law and at one point a tape measure, but really I ended up just eyeballing it in the end. Also, if you make a mistake while applying and you had to pull it off of the wall, you're gonna have to start with fresh command strips. That's just the nature of the strips. Then I applied as much pressure as I possibly could. I was like using my entire body weight to make sure that I really got that thing sticking to the wall and it was not going to go anywhere. So finally, it was time to style. I don't know if I truly just hate like a cluttered counter space or if I just have a really small amount of space to work with, but I really do not like having things out on the countertop. That's not useful to me. So I try to use styling elements that I actually really do need to have at hand when I am actually using the kitchen. Like even this was too much for me, but I figured it out later in the end. Same concept on this side. I had the kitchen railing. This one is like a 60-inch one, so you had to connect it first and figure out what that middle point would be on the wall and, you know, repeat. I'm not going to lie, I was actually so proud of myself when I saw that little vignette right there. It really gave me the confidence to realize that I was going in the right direction. I have never done a version of this kitchen that I've loved more. I cannot emphasize enough how important functional beauty decisions are, especially when you are designing a kitchen. For example, my dish rack is a brass dish rack that does not rust, and my sponge holder also doubles as a soap dispenser and is made from ceramic. I think if you make a concerted effort to look for things that you find visually appealing but also still serve a purpose, then you'll be very happy with the result, not only from an aesthetic perspective but also from a logistical standpoint. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and spending this time with me. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!